Let's go.
Welcome to the Volcano podcast.
Yes, sir. First ever.
I didn't even know we was going to be doing this until about 5 hours ago.
Team no sleep.
Team no sleep. But you know what? You forget about it when you see something like this. I imagine this is what big wave surfers feel like. It's out of your control, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying what we do is big wave surfing, but to come capture something like this, to bring the setup and then make it work, it kind of feels like it's a good feeling of accomplishment. You from here though. So let's just address the biggest question that people have been asking me. How do you know when it's going to do this?
It's crazy. From December, I think we're on episode 29 now. Yeah, 29. But from December, there's a pattern to it, of super clear pattern. Once the electronic tilt graph, once it hits a certain point, you know it's gonna go within like the next day or two, and you can kind of gauge it like a few days out. Maybe even a week out, but you'll for sure know at least like a day or two out.
What, I called you Tuesday?
Yep.
It's a Friday morning right now.
Yep.
Was it Tuesday? And I saw the photos and videos I've been blasting on social media of that was 28, I guess?
Yep.
Episode 28?
Yep.
Unreal.
Yep.
The kind postcard AI.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that real? There were a lot of nighttime shots.
Yep.
That's why I was like, oh, family still in Japan. If it goes off, it goes off. And then you...
He's a free man right now.
Cuz, I don't move like this normally, but you got to take advantage when can. And when you said, bruh, once it starts, you got like a 7-8 hour window.
Yep.
And you was exactly right. And you said, about Thursday night, you could come stay at my dad's house.
Yeah, just in case.
I was thinking about it. But this is the struggle. This is first world problems. But this is the struggle that people who don't live on this island face. It's like, when do I book the flight?
Yeah.
Am I going to stay at Volcano House? First of all, like, booking is out for like weeks, if not months. And this graph doesn't go that far.
No.
I do like how they have a live stream though.
Yes.
Is that Volcano House? Like, whose live stream is that?
There's 3 cameras. That's from USGS.
Okay.
Yeah. So from the parks.
And they give live streams. So Tom gave me the link and was like, look at this when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
If it's already going off,
Cancel your flight. There's no sense.
But it was going off.
It was going off at about 1:30, 2 a.m. this morning.
The iconic, like, nighttime lava flow. And you know what? After coming here and seeing it, I'm like, that doesn't do the scale justice.
Yeah.
Because this thing, I mean, right now, that's probably what, 300, that's at least...
Yeah, maybe 3, 4, maybe.
300.
Because I believe the rim of the crater is like 700-800 feet.
In the video, I knew it was going over that.
Way over.
And when we got here, like, what, 7:30? What time did we get here?
Like little before 8, I think.
8?
Yeah.
It was
above the crater.
At the rim or a little bit above. It's not that now. And also, after being here, you can actually see the flow in the crater part here. It's moving like any liquid that we're familiar with. This is my first time seeing lava. Being from Hawaii, it's kind of like, oh, do you surf?
Yeah, I think
it's one of those first questions somebody's going to ask you. Lava, I think now with social media, is kind of up there too.
Oh, yeah.
And now I can say, like, yeah, I've seen it. But not only that,
you feel it.
But you feel it. Like, it's hotter right here, right now, than it was just even like 100 yards that way.
You can hear it.
And you hear it.
Yeah.
You can feel the rumble and the heat. You can hear the rumble of that. And then obviously you see it. It's contrasted against this black crater background in the white birds, bro. This guy just tell him about the snipe you just did.
The snipe, what is it called? A tern?
Yeah.
A tern?
Yeah. TERN.
Yeah.
There's different kinds, but.
So I'm letting Kenji use my tripod, so I'm not shooting at the moment, but I ended up getting a few photos with the lava in the background, of course.
I was like, why is this guy so excited about these birds flying when we were shooting video earlier? And they were far away, but then one guy came pretty close, and he just handheld shot it. But my question is, for those of you who know, like, what are they doing? Is there a swarm of bugs that come out that they're just feasting off of?
I don't know, because I mean, from where we're standing, we can feel it. I can just imagine.
Oh, where they are?
Bro, they must be baking.
You know what though? I know birds, they ride the drafts of like hot air rising so they can they can get a free
glide.
ride.
Yep.
But I mean, what's the purpose here?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's smarter people who can answer that. That's one question I have. Another one is, how often does this happen?
Like the flow.
This fountain, like.
So I feel like fountains are actually pretty rare. Like the beginning when it started in December, that was only like my second time actually seeing lava fountain like this.
And we should mention for context, Tom is born and raised in Hilo.
Yeah.
Which is what, 50 minutes?
Yeah,
hour?
50 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the national park. So
And
whenever there's lava, we always try to make our way out there. But this is the second time I've seen like, you know, actual fountaining,
in your
spewing
life.
in my life. Yeah.
So we almost even.
Yeah. Oh, we pretty much. Yeah.
And I was born and raised on a different island.
Yeah.
You could drive here. I have to face a different logistical way to get here. But thank you, because Tom picked me up from the airport with the water, coffee, snacks. We never even eat yet.
We got a whole spread from Kawamoto store. Little Okazuya.
Oh,
Everybody
okay.
from Hilo know that store.
Hey, I'm in good hands, bro. I'm in good hands. I tried to FaceTime my family in Japan. It's too early in the morning over there. Nobody answered. But I did FaceTime some friends on Oahu.
Shout out Don. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, Don.
Shutters of
My
Aloha.
bestie. It's funny because I went to his house yesterday. And when I'm leaving, he's like, dude, the volcano, like, we should go. And in my head, I was like, I wasn't sure yet. Because I told you, like, I wasn't sure of my workload. I had to get home and look at it. So I didn't say anything when he said that.
Yeah.
But now I do feel bad because here we are.
Yeah.
Don is a fellow photographer.
Yeah. We should mention that Kenji, we solidified this plan and he booked this flight at 8 o'clock last night.
Disclaimer, sorry, Don. You see what I'm saying? Like, your guys' bedtime is 8:30. You guys are still building forts in the living room, maybe. For anybody, because there are a lot of people with cameras here, obviously. Ain't nobody doing a little podcast, but there's a lot of tripods, a lot of cameras. For you, as someone from Hilo, who is a photographer, why do you take pictures of this, and what do you think is different about everybody else here taking pictures? So there's some visitors, there's maybe some I don't know, it looks like mostly visitors.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see too many local looking people.
Yeah.
What do you think they're doing with their photos, and how does that, if there is any difference with your photos?
Well, I think to start, this is just like a rarity, you know? Like, where else in the world can you actually see this?
Yeah.
So I mean, at least for me, that's why I come out. I don't know when the next, once this finishes, I don't know when the next one's gonna be. It'll be like a couple years. It could be somewhere where it's not as accessible as here.
Does it feel like someone's taking from you? Literally take photos, but like, it's not like they're taking lava rocks, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely don't do that.
Yeah, right. Can't say that enough.
Yeah.
But does it feel like they're adding? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They're giving more eyes, they're giving more attention, awareness. I don't know. We live in a state that tourism is a very contentious topic.
Yeah.
And so this, we can't see it in here. Maybe I'll show a B-roll, but like there's a whole bunch of people here in rental cars. Let's put it that way. When we got here at the gate, there was no one there, so they're not paying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's one of those things, because literally I was in Waikiki yesterday.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I get a very stark difference of like Waikiki and here in the span of 24 hours. And I felt like this yesterday in Waikiki, where I'm looking around, again, mostly people who are not from here.
Yeah.
And the impact of all these people here is a lot more obvious.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know.
Yeah, and I still don't know. Quick editor's note, stay with me now. Look, I'm born and raised in Hawaii, and this is the first time I've been to this sacred place. And look, it had me all stuttering. I didn't know what to say here. Yes, I'm tired, but I'm even more stoked, and I'm like super giddy. I'm here with my good friend Tom at the volcano. Finally, the cultural significance was not lost on me, yet I had to question two things. First, the significance gap. To me and Tom, we knew how culturally significant this place was, but amongst all the visitors, how significant is it? It's just another cool thing in Hawaii, another cool postcard moment. I referenced Waikiki earlier because in Waikiki, sometimes it feels like people are just treating it like it's the Miami of the Pacific. It's not, which leads me to my second and final question, which is... Say hi. Yep. You saw me start off this episode with a big wave surfing reference somewhere around here, right? I feel like there's two big waves happening. One is the economic inertia of tourism in Hawaii, and the other one is the deeply rooted cultural significance. And they're both kind of merging, and one can be stronger than the other, and I don't know which one's pulling on me more. It's a dynamic relationship. I felt like I was getting kind of swept away in this moment. I was feeling the merging of these two powerful forces. Thanks for listening to the Editor's Rant. Let's get back to the Volcano podcast.
The lava has been like very prevalent in like the social media now. And, you know, it's nature. I think it's free game as long as everybody's, you know, but this is a sacred spot. So as long as you're respecting, you know, not leaving trash behind.
Like this brought over here is on the second cigarette already.
Second cigarette.
I'm actually...
Oh, that's
hey. Now we let that one go. We let that...
We friends.
That's from here. That's okay.
I'm getting secondhand.
The first one was a cigarette. That was not.
I was getting cross-faded at the lava.
ヒロで育ったことは写真家としてのあなたの芸術的なビジョンにどのような影響を与えましたか? I'm just fucking with you.
英語お願いします。
Yeah. How has growing up in Hilo shaped your vision as a photographer?
Ooh, that's a good one. I guess growing up in Hilo, you know, it's not as city-ish as Honolulu. And I actually started taking like landscapes. So it really let me appreciate nature a lot more. You know, respecting the land, shooting like on a cliff or the ocean, you know, respecting the ocean and what it can do.
Respect for the land.
Yeah.
Respect for the ocean. Mm-hmm. How about this then? Because we spend a lot of time on the shore too.
We do.
Fishing.
Yep.
And photography and fishing are two times that we've spent time on the shore.
Yes.
Or a video, photo for weddings, but then also just fishing. And I think those two things go hand in hand as far as like, we got to take care of this. Mm-hmm. Either if we get on bride and groom.
Yep.
Or if we throwing out lines.
Yep.
Like, it's kind of point. Yes, 2 days ago, found on like huge, like it looked like on bird nest, but you could tell it was someone who cut their line.
Cut the line and just left them.
And then couldn't retrieve it because it was kind of where like it was low tide, I could get it.
Oh, I see.
So I did my best to like retrieve what I could. If you do it long enough and you care enough, and you literally, like in your case, you make money off of going to these places. I gotta say this too, Brian. All the hundreds of weddings I did, Japan, Hawaii, whatever. You the first groom that was taking his own detail shots.
No one shoots like me, that's why.
I know, but also you gotta let go sometimes. You was the coordinator, photographer, and the groom.
Yeah.
Freaking transport coordinator.
Yeah, it was a weird situation because being like a photographer, I feel like we're the ones who kind of controls. Of course, the coordinator has like the ultimate say, but we kind of have control over how the day is gonna go.
A lot of influence.
A lot of influence, right. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're with the bride and groom the most.
8 hours usually.
So having that like kind of taken away from me, I mean, you know, it was such a weird feeling putting the control in like someone else's hands.
And you never let go.
I never
held on.
I never let go.
When it was time to get the race shots, this guy, give me that.
Give me that.
Hey, but you know what? I love that obsession because it shows in the results, you know, of what you do. But how about like the directing part? Because you was basically directing yourself.
See, that is a hard thing to do, directing yourself. It's so easy to do it with someone else because, you know, you can crack jokes and have them laugh genuinely.
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of strive for, is that natural, candid moment.
Right.
But I don't know, it was just hard. I mean, I know where to stand, where to put my hands, but I guess...
But you don't have your finger on the shutter.
Yes.
You're not controlling when the photo's being taken.
Yep.
Literally, you gave Matt your own camera and lenses, so you knew, okay, you basically know what frame he's doing, but you don't know when he's clicking.
I don't know,
You know what? It's kind of like this. You see how long it took me for set this up? It's because I'm over here. If I was just...
If you had a model,
if I was...
would be good. Yeah.
The control part of like, where I felt diluted. I gotta be over here. I was thinking about the questions I had. I was thinking about how the conversation and flow and these points I want to hit. But then I also like, am I out of focus? The light changed.
Yeah.
Is this white hat now?
Are we even recording right now?
I hope so. I know. We there.
We there.
But even with my brother, good example. I just saw him last night, and I was thinking, you was like the first one, I think, on my podcast, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like setting up that studio, setting up the podcast.
Oh, that was a struggle.
Cousin, that took a long time. That took a long time. And then trying to be the host and managing
The
guests and
camera.
scheduling is so much that now that Ty is the host,
You can just focus.
we're both reaching different results that if I was trying to do everything, it wouldn't be the same. I told him yesterday, I was like, Brad, this is better for me too.
Yeah.
To be dedicated to one position and you dedicated to another position. Team sports, baby.
Lightens the load. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
But then we can all achieve a
More
result that we wouldn't have if we were trying to do it all ourselves. Especially once you add complexity, audio, more cameras, more angles, you know, you got more planning and more scripting. Bro, it gets so overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, bro, I get it. It's just funny that when I saw you as a groom, I was like, he's still giving up more control than if he was a first shooter. But he's on second or third shooter right now.
Yeah.
And the groom. That actually leads into my next question. Something like this, lava, literally seeing new land being formed. To me, is the deeper existential conversation that happens in my head is like beginning and end. And how ours is so minute compared to this.
Yeah.
Like how long did it take for this guy?
Like when we're gone, this is still going.
Oh, still going. The island is growing. This is the youngest. Well, I don't know that the other island is still underground, underwater.
Youngest, biggest.
But this is the youngest and biggest island, and we're seeing it being formed. And so it just makes me think of time on a different scale. And another thing that did that was becoming a parent. And so since you just got married, oftentimes marriage is paired with parenting.
Yes.
Or, you know, having kids.
Yep.
And those things just stretch your idea of time, much like looking at lava coming out of the earth does. So is there any kind of change for you now that you've crossed that barrier of marriage and possibly looking at kids? Here we are, we're watching one kid, you could say right now, being born. How's your definition or relationship with time and scale changing at this moment in your life?
Yeah, you know, after being married, well, first I should say, me and Abby's been together for 11 years. So I feel like nothing...
he's only 22, or how old are you?
27.
27, okay.
But I feel like nothing really changed in, how should I say it? Nothing really changed in like the way we act with one another, engage our relationship. But of course, you know, now we gotta start thinking of other priorities. Yes, kids eventually. I think we want to travel a little bit more. Maybe purchase a house first.
In what, Hilo or Oahu? Yeah.
That's the difficult part.
Bruh.
I would love to live in Hilo, but the work's not that great here, for me at least.
Hey, remember that one photo shoot you had in March that Dustin took you to?
Oh, that was a
You remember that?
That was a mean one.
Wait, was that April? That was April.
That was April.
Bruh, this guy had the meanest bachelor party.
A surprise fishing, a 3-day fishing, camping sesh. With all the boys.
A cliff the same size as this.
I actually thought I was gonna shoot a wedding that day.
What was the setup?
We were gonna shoot a wedding. There was an Airbnb down Kapolei side for the getting ready.
Okay.
That makes sense. There is vacation rentals down there, and the bride had called us, which is Dustin's friend. She played an acting role.
Oh, so she was
on the phone, on speakerphone. She's like, "Hey, I'm running late. We're not gonna be at the Airbnb for another hour or two, so you guys can just hang out, chill." So we're going down that Kapolei road, and then right where that 4-wheel drive starts, right after the barricade.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, Travis took me to this one spot down here before. There's a nice new black sand beach. So if we gotta kill time, you know, we can go chill in there."
You said that.
So I initiated it.
That's perfect.
I made it.
Inception
Bro.
action.
Fed on a silver spoon.
Whoever's plan, was that Abby's plan or it was a combination?
I think, a combination.
Because it worked out perfect.
Yeah, so we headed down there. We had 1-2 hours to kill, no problem.
Yeah.
Go to the beach, check out the coastline.
Yeah.
I was worried that we're not gonna have cell service and then we'd lose track of time, be running late to the wedding. But the bride called again.
Yeah.
We're running a little bit more late. So that kind of gave Dustin the leeway into, driving deeper in.
Taking that left.
Yes, taking the left.
Instead of going to the black sand beach.
Yeah.
The right.
So maybe about like 100 yards I could see the tent. And then I was like, maybe we should turn around, get
choke guys over there.
those guys is 20 deep over there, you know what I mean? All lifted trucks, tent set up.
Yeah.
And he just started going closer and I was like, oh, what the bro, what are you doing? I was like, we see outnumbered over here. But I didn't realize it until I recognized your guys' faces and I was like, what?
We was all wearing the same shirt.
The same shirt. I was like, wow, this is my bachelor party.
No, we don't want wedding class today.
Yeah.
Huh?
No wedding.
Yeah? Yeah. This whole thing was planned just for you.
Yeah. Oh, what?
This whole thing was planned just for you.
You fucked
We
up.
have no wedding today.
No wedding.
This is your bachelor party, my dog.
Wow, this guy.
This is your bachelor party.
Wow, I knew it.
He cried.
I gotta go shoot one wedding. I come back later. You fuck.
But you know how hard it was for
bro.
plan? About 3 months for plan this.
Nah,
3 months is so hard.
serious.
And it was tough.
The best part of that is that you initiated it.
Yes.
If Dustin said,
Yes.
oh, let's go this way.
Yeah.
You'd be like, bro, we're waiting for a call. We're on a job.
Travis literally took me to that spot like a month before.
Cause that was probably planned too.
That was probably planned too, yeah.
I mean, props to all the Hilo boys who came out, showed up, gave us Oahu crew
Yeah.
a place to feel like we was at home, even though that was one of the most gnarliest
cliffs.
fishing. To be honest, at day 2, I was like, I don't even.
Yeah, I'm cruising. Hey,
I'm not boloed. I already caught something.
I can play trumps all night.
We did. Cause at nighttime, I'm like, nope, nobody gonna hear you if you fall off.
Yeah.
Nope. And I don't even want to think what would happen if anyone was in the water.
But we were prepared. We had life jackets.
Yeah.
Attached to a rope. Almost lifeguard and Nico.
Oh, he's not like that?
He did all the training and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a fulfilling moment for me. I felt very full of life.
Love, yeah.
And Hawaii, and then Hilo too.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh, to be honest, that gave me more information about who you are. I was like, it makes sense now. All these things about Tom make sense because of the group that surrounds him.
Yeah. And it was such a good way for the Oahu boys to kind of bond with the Hilo guys.
Your wedding wouldn't have been the same.
Because come to the oh, no problem. Hey, right into one Trump game.
Oh. The bachelor party, fishing, camping thing,
golf.
which was like bachelor party part 2.
Number 2.
And then the wedding. So the wedding was the 3rd time all of us
was together. Yeah. So everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
We all bonded already.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Bachelor party part 1, part 2.
So if you guys getting married, invite your photographers.
Yeah. Kind of took a detour.
Oh yeah, we went detour. We're still here at the lava. Cousin, look the birds.
See? Oh, this one is coming super close right there.
And I say doing on podcast right now.
No, you can still get it. You can still get it. Oh, God, that guy came super close. On that note. Thank you, Turn. What do you hope that people feel when they see your photos? Of the turn, of the lava, of a landscape? Like, what do you hope people feel when they see that?
I hope they feel like a sense of Hawaii. I mean, you can only see this here. I mean, maybe Iceland right now, but other than that, you can only see this here.
You want them to feel a sense of Hawaii.
Yeah.
How do you represent Hawaii without being Hawaiian?
Oh, that's a deep one.
Cousin. We have the mana spots. You know what I mean?
That's a deep one.
Because we both not Hawaiian by blood.
But I think, growing up in Hawaii, we all kind of have a sense of what is right and what is wrong,
Yeah.
Hawaiian people and the culture, they're very loving, respectful, giving. And I think that kind of embodies, into people who grew up here. Not everyone's Hawaiian here.
Most people are not.
Yes. But like the group of people we have here in Hawaii, you know, they're found nowhere else in terms of, you know, showing aloha, loving. You know, you go to the mainland, different story over there.
Very different environment too.
Yeah.
I put a lot into the environment as far as what is quote unquote Hawaiian. If we're not talking blood, and we're just talking environment, like that's what the identity is to me. I think this island chain is the kind of environment that no matter what kind of blood the people in this environment have, it's a nourishing environment for things that you mentioned, like respect, because we literally on an island and we neighbors. You're like forced neighbors with each other.
You have to be nice.
You're not gonna do stuff that you know what I mean. Like that's because we're close quartered. And like, me, 2 weeks ago I was in Tokyo, the most densely populated. Is it in the world? Maybe not the world, but in Japan. Super densely populated city, and the attitude there, I feel it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, it's because it's this environment. It's going to breed a certain kind of behavior, moral structure, and all of that. For Hawaii, I always ask myself, like, what is it that makes what?
I'm sorry, pause.
What? Like you said.
Look how cool that is.
It got quiet, and then. So wait, the one that's going is the little one that was on the left. The fountain.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
The fountain on the right went out first.
So it kind of like collapses into itself, I believe.
Oh, that just happened like just now.
Bro, I was like, why is it so quiet?
Let me just make sure. Wait. Yeah, it is recording, but I just gotta make sure. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, that's crazy.
So wait, what just happened?
This is all speculation. I'm sure there is a scientific way.
Yeah.
But you know, the lava, the magma builds up underneath.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a pimple.
Yeah.
Enough pressure, it'll pop.
Yeah.
All that that pus, that pimple juice, you know, comes out, but eventually it stops and then it closes in on itself. I think that's what's happening right now. But the small vent, I mean, it's still going.
And that small vent is probably like an 8-story building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because I don't know if it looks like this, but that's far from us. I don't know how far exactly, but that's super far.
Just everything that worked out for this to happen, bro. This is just amazing.
Killer. I mean, we barely. What time is it? 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. Hey, I might fucking eat. I might go back early. I don't know.
Might buy one fishing pole at Tokunaga.
Hey, don't tempt me.
Don't tempt
again.
Me.
Hey, get on Ukla show tonight. That I was like, go back. No, for real, there's an Ukla show.
Oh, okay, he's being serious.
No, I'm serious. I'm super serious. Oh, okay. This one's a good one. Do you think that being so close to something so powerful influences your own creativity, your own power to make, to express yourself creatively? Is it like not like an outlet, but for me, a lot of ways, like fishing is an outlet for me to express, but also for me to charge up. Like if I do it, like just charging your phone or something, you charge it, you gotta leave it.
Yeah, I got you.
Come back and it's like ready for go.
I guess for me, because I don't do landscape photography anymore.
Yeah.
But this is what I started, and you know what kind of. That's where my love of photography came from.
Was landscape.
Landscapes, whether it's lava, the sea, but you know, whenever the lava goes, that's when I'm shooting landscapes. So it's very like refreshing for me to kind of come back to, you know, where I started, kind of like roots, you know.
I get motivated by change. I mean, I love stories, right? That's what I've been doing for over a decade now. And any story is boring when there's no change, right? Character arcs, the character got to change from the beginning and end. Like the settings change, that makes it interesting. A scene changes. Like change is what makes things interesting to me. And so changing it up to something like this, seeing a landscape like this, that works. Changing it up, maybe like you was doing video first. You know what I mean? And then you started doing photo. Me too. Like I going landscape vertical, but 120p, 24p, doing podcasts on the Volcano Crater. Changing it makes it interesting for me. And so that kind of charges me up in a way. But then always having that like that humility factor of, but at the same time, like when it comes to power, I'm nothing compared to this.
Yeah.
When it comes to longevity, I'm nothing compared to this.
Yeah.
When it comes, even if you like the subjective part of creativity, like who took a better photo or video, I don't try and like put myself in a ranking anymore. Your friend Chris.
Yep.
I didn't know he was a photographer.
Yeah.
When he was playing trumps, I didn't know he was a photographer.
Yeah.
I didn't know until like after the 3 days, and then connect on Instagram, and I look like, whoa, wait a minute.
Did you see his lava shots?
Yeah.
It was,
the entry.
Yeah, it was me, him, and Dustin. We used to go all the time
Nah.
to the ocean entry. But that one, bro, he was walking in like 8 miles.
On this kind.
On this kind
of rock.
Yeah.
Oh, my roller bag would not make it.
Not the brought one rolling bag.
Oh, you can hear the rumble. I don't know if that's the volcano on my bag.
This brother told me, oh, it's paved, and then there's 30 yards of gravel. This ain't 30 yards, my guy.
I never play football.
This is not 30 yards, but it wouldn't have mattered. I would have carried 60-pound bag
Yep.
to come over and do this. So I love it when you learn something about somebody. Like, for example, Chris, some guy who was fishing with Tom's friend. And then you learn something, for me at least, I learned, whoa, wait, not only is he a photographer, he's fucking good.
Yeah.
And he's got the moments that are like the coveted
Yes.
lava
What everyone
flowing
chases.
into the ocean.
Yep.
You gotta hike 8 miles to get to. I love the fact that there's still, I'm careful to use the word discover. You know what I mean? But for me, there's still a lot of parts of this place that I can discover. The first time I came to Volcano, where is it? Over there?
This is Volcano House.
And then
the museum is
the museum
over here.
thing is there. First time I came, there's the steam vents and stuff, and the lava tube. Like,
Kind of cool.
all of it. This whole national park is huge. It's way bigger than I thought. Like the hieroglyphic, not hieroglyphics.
Petroglyphs.
Thank you. The petroglyph site is far. It's on walk for kids. You know, like walking on this, but like finding all there's like circles. There's different. I guess there's a game too that they used to play.
Oh, okay. There's a lot to see. There's even a bowling alley.
You did say there's a bowling alley and an arcade.
Yep.
Hey, you know what else? I brought one small light whipping setup.
Okay.
And went to the black sand beach.
Punaluu, yeah.
I was like, hey, you gotta let me at least try land
Or something.
something.
Yeah.
Bolo bites, nuts. But that water was so cold.
Oh, yeah?
And this was October. Is it because it's like coming from the open ocean straight? Is it that it's October? You know what I mean?
That could be,
It's October, so I'm thinking, hey, this should still be warm. The residual heat from summer. But
I mean, if you think
so
about
cold.
it, it's right there's Pacific Ocean. That's the main land. You keep swimming. There's nothing blocking the wind.
Not only was it a black sand beach, but then the water was like cold plunge action.
Yeah.
People U-turns.
Yeah,
Just
U-turns.
ankle deep. No.
Yeah.
Turn around. Last little question that I had prepared on the theme of time. What do you want to be remembered as?
Ooh. What do I want to be remembered as?
The guy who? What?
The guy that used to slang lures.
Cause you gotta get on the board first. But we get on the board.
They're kind of like, I guess, legacy, you know? Yeah?
Like
is
what?
that what?
There's no right or wrong. I just
Brother, you're giving me some deep stuff on 3 hours sleep.
You get a little bit delusional when you lose sleep.
I think I just want to be remembered as someone who just spreads love, you know, to everybody.
I mean, that to me is what you do already. So it's like, on brand when I hear that, because I don't know anybody who talks shit about Tom, and if they do, it just makes me very okay. but talk shit about
Shout out
everybody.
Glenn.
If somebody talks shit about Tom, I question that person talking shit about Tom. I think, what's wrong with you? What insecurities are you trying to hide? You know, because Tom is the kind of guy that nobody talks shit about. In that you spread that love, you don't give people reasons to hate. You know what I'm saying? You're not one of those polarizing people where everyone's like, fuck this guy. That's not you. in fact, you add through photos, but also just how you talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like you're just a pushover. That's different too. There's a respect that you show everybody that you come into contact with. It was very clear to me as well, meeting your friends.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's why he is who he is. You're already doing that. So, not like as a trick question trying to set you up, but if that's what you want to be remembered as, I feel like you're already doing that, and you're only in your 20s. This is episode 29. By episode 50 or whatever,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just going to be spreading even more love. So
Yeah, I think that comes from, you know, like how I said, like growing up here. Growing up here, and also like a mix of, I guess, Japanese culture too, a little bit.
Hey,
you know?
went to Japan 2 times.
Yeah, 2 times. Full Japanese already.
And I don't know, it's twist of fate. I was at a volcanic site in Japan just a couple weeks ago, and now I'm at this one. Japan and Hawaii have such a good overlap when it comes to cultural values.
A lot, yes.
You both a product of this,
Yeah.
as well as generational product of that.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, yeah. Double fist in that culture.
Yeah, you. Hey, mahalo for episode 29. Wait, you call these episodes?
I think, let me cross-check this real quick.
Episode 29.
Yeah, it is episodes, but it is, let's see.
And also, we're going to include the links to everything that Tom uses to look at and decide if it's going to do this. So that's a number of different sites that have a live stream, that have, what was it, electromagnetic pressure or something?
Yeah. Episode 26.
Oh, episode 26.
I was a little far off, my bad. This is episode 26.
When was episode 1?
Episode 1 was either December. Yeah, it was December, before Christmas.
What you? Wait, so every year it resets?
No, whenever this stops and the lava just goes, I don't know where it goes, deep down.
Yeah.
Then the episodes will technically stop. But episode 1 of this segment of fountaining and the patterns, you know, that's where episode 1 started.
But you're saying it's in December?
Yeah.
6 months ago?
Yeah. Like,
what? Wait, so what about the ones that happened 10 years ago? What?
I feel like there's like seasonality and lava. Yeah, that's what it is. Seasonality and lava.
Yeah.
So eventually, you know, back to the pimple, it builds up.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna pop out somewhere, whether it's here, Mauna Loa.
So it does the same thing up there, Mauna Loa.
Yep, Mauna Loa. So that actually erupted a few years back too, which was crazy because people said that was never gonna erupt.
That's the one that went through Paradise. No, it?
No, that was Leilani Estates. Yeah, that kind of went through the residential areas.
That was Mauna Loa.
No, that wasn't Mauna Loa's flow didn't come down to and affect anybody.
Where did that flow come from? The one that went through the residential areas and all that.
It popped up in.
Bro,
So like lava's not only found here.
Right. It can pop up
It'll
wherever.
pop up, yeah.
And it might not necessarily be episode whatever.
No, yeah.
But here at this crater.
But this, okay, perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Like a TV series. This series.
Yeah.
This season of lava.
Got it.
Episode 1 was in December.
Got it.
Yeah. But it has never been like this where it starts and stops in a pattern consistently.
And that's why you were able to
time it
and for us to get here.
Like normal, like for example, Mauna Loa.
Yeah.
It erupted. It was probably going for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
But it was just steady.
Like this?
Like this. But of course you can't get this close.
Oh yeah, because it's not.
It was just
a national park.
Yeah.
Like this with roads and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just steady.
Oh.
It didn't start and stop. I feel like this is the start and stop. This is the first time.
Hey, and bruh, again, like, because
At
I was
least in my
facing this
lifetime.
way. I was facing this way, so I didn't even notice how much it changed in such a short time. Like in this, whatever hour this is, it started. It was peaking at the rim, and now it's quiet.
So 1:30. It's about 10:30 now.
10:30.
Well, yeah, nine hours.
Man,
See, a little long one just because you came.
Hey, mahalo tutu pele.
Should also mention, you spent the buttload on an inter-island flight.
Cousin. After fees, it was about 400. And Hawaiian Airlines.
Hawaiian.
Yeah, Hawaiian Airlines. I get it, okay? We don't have many options. But how come the first time I checked, when I first called you, it was like 198?
Yeah.
And then by the time I was buying the tickets at 8 o'clock, so it was like 2 in the afternoon, it was 198. Then like 8 o'clock when I'm ready for book, it was 3 something.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of people like you
Yeah.
who, in that, they're trying to time it. And I think that's why when we, you know how I said when it gets closer to the time, you can kind of like pinpoint it a little more?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure loads of people was like, I'm jumping on this flight. And
My flight was full.
Yeah,
First flight from
First
HNL to
going
Hilo,
to Hilo. Yeah.
Friday morning, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Full. I mean, I didn't see too many tripods,
Yeah.
but like it was full. It's hard to plan. You're gonna spend a lot of energy, money, in my case. Thanks to Tom, the local plug, because picked me up, food, water, coffee, ready to go.
The whole nine.
You knew exactly where to park. Other people, rental cars was going this way. You like, no, we're going this way.
We're going this way.
And we showed up, got video, photo, and Dylan pod.
Yeah.
Mahalo.
Good stuff, bro. I'm glad you could finally see lava for the first
did it.
time. We did it.
Yeah. Actually, she did it.
And
we
look,
just watch.
It's
And look, it's done.
it's done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Thanks for watching. My name is Kenji and this is 100 Bad Videos. Why 100? Because it keeps us accountable. Why bad? Because perfection is a lie. Why videos? Because it's the most powerful medium out there today. Let's keep creating.